So, dear students, we are starting the discussion of the fifth unit, that is applications of nanotechnology in various areas. Means, he in this topic or in this unit, we will mainly discuss about the role of nanotechnology in various areas. Means various fields of science and technology, mainly in various fields of science and technology, mainly. Okay, so we are mainly going to discuss the role of nanotechnology and its utility, okay, in various areas, like in the area of manufacturing, in drug delivery, in tissue engineering, in food industry and agriculture, in environment, in health risk, in cosmetics, in biology and biotechnology, in information technology, in the generation of renewable energy, in bioinformatics, and finally we'll also discuss the ethics of nanotechnology and it and the regulation of regulation of nanotechnology, and in brief we'll also discuss about the future prospects of nanotechnology. Okay, of course, we have already discussed the applications and limitations of nanotechnology in the first unit itself. That is in brief. Okay, we have discussed in that unit in brief, but here in this unit we are going to discuss, okay, in somewhat more detailed. Okay, so the first application, that is nanotechnology in materials and manufacturing. Okay, nanotechnology in materials and materials means mm, nanomaterials. In nanotechnology, what we will come across, what type of materials will come across? Nanomaterials. Okay, so here we'll mainly discuss about the nanomaterials, the role of nanomaterials in manufacturing and their utility in manufacturing. Okay, and other aspects of nanotechnology in manufacturing area of the uh, science. Okay, so here nanomaterials, okay, mainly nanocrystalline materials are the materials possessing the sizes on the order of a billionth of a meter. This we already know. Okay, and these nanomaterials shows extremely fascinating and useful properties which can be exploited for a variety of structural and non-structural applications. Okay, I repeat once again, the nanomaterials shows very useful properties and very fascinating properties which can be exploited in a variety of structural as well as non-structural applications. As per the new models of manufacturing in the manufacturing industry, these are the materials that are becoming the first step in increasing the value of the products as well as their performance rather than the processing steps. Okay, and new and advanced materials with high knowledge contents, new functionalities, and improved performance are increasingly becoming very critical for facing industrial competitiveness as well as the sustainable development of the industries. Okay, and research is now focusing on the development of new knowledge based materials with tailored properties and processing and production by taking into account the potential impacts on health and environment throughout their entire life cycle. I repeat once again, the research is presently focusing on the development of these new knowledge based materials. Examples: nanomaterials with tailored properties. Okay, tailored properties means properties which are tailored or edited. Tailoring means removing the unwanted properties and imparting the required properties to a material. Okay, forming a material such that the removal of unwanted properties and imparting of the required properties takes place. This is what called as tailoring. Okay, so research is now being focused on developing these new knowledge based materials with tailored properties and sorry and new advanced materials with higher knowledge contents, new functionalities, and improved performance are increasingly critical for industrial competitiveness and sustainable development. And research is now being focused on these types of materials with tailored properties, and this requires an intelligent control of intrinsic properties, processing, and production by taking into account the potential impacts on health and environment throughout their entire life cycle. Okay, and emphasis is being given on these new advanced materials achieved using potential of nanotechnologies and biotechnologies and or the observations done from the nature. In particular, the higher performance nanomaterials, biomaterials, and hybrid materials. I repeat once again, emphasis is being emphasis is now being given on to these new advanced materials or nanomaterials achieved using or utilizing the various potentialities of various nanotechnologies and biotechnologies and are the observations made from the nature, in particular the higher performance nanomaterials, biomaterials, and hybrid materials. A new approach is required for manufacturing industry for transforming itself from a resource intensive to a knowledge based industrial environment, and finally and that finally will rely on the adoption of totally new patterns or new attitudes towards continued procurement, development, protection, and funding of new knowledge and its use, as well as the sustainable production and consumption patterns. Okay, I repeat once again, a new approach is required for the manufacturing industries for transforming itself from a resource intensive to a knowledge based industrial environment, and so that finally it will rely on the adoption of totally new patterns or new practices or attitudes towards the continued procurement, development, protection, and funding of new knowledge and its use, as well as the sustainable production and consumption patterns. Okay, materials characterization, their design and simulation are also necessary for better understanding of materials phenomena or their phenomena, for improving materials assessment and reliability, as well as for extending the concept of virtual materials for materials design. Okay, I repeat once again. Materials characterization, their design and simulation are also necessary for better understanding of their phenomena, especially for improving their assessment and reliability, as well as for extending the concept of the virtual materials for their design. Okay, so this is about the insight or the role and utility of the nanotechnology by means of nanomaterials in the manufacturing sector. Okay, so I will continue my discussion of this unit in the next video. Thank you.